I've been reluctant to do videos about HeadFi over the last few years this channel has been around, mainly because they never really took off, nor did they garner a lot of attention or views. When you're new to YouTube, that's essentially all you worry about is views and subs. Good thing I outgrew that shit. I also steered clear of the subject because there are quite a few people covering HeadFi already. It's kind of saturated. Here's the deal though. I want to cover topics and subjects that I'm passionate about because I feel at the end of the day, you, the audience, and my community will get the most out of my channel if I deliver you content that matters, that's good, that doesn't suck, and that I'm proud of. Content that will be beneficial to your growth in the world of audio. So let's get to it. I've been listening to headphones since I was, a wee boy. I remember sitting quietly in my older brother's room. He had a pair of Sony over-ear headphones that I used to create my mixtapes using his what seemed like an endless ocean of CDs. I then listened to my mixtapes on a Sony Walkman, and yes, you guessed it, a pair of those small Sony headphones. So essentially, headphones played a very big role in my development in this hobby, and it wouldn't be fair to ignore them any further. I know many of you were against this, and I respect that, but you also have to respect that this isn't for views, or for likes, or for subs. This is meant to give you my opinion on the topic, and to make this yet another piece of the grand design of this channel. I recently asked you all what you thought about the subject, and polled who wanted this as a topic and who didn't. I have never in my life had such a split decision like this. 48% of you were cool with it, 34% of you said no, and 17% didn't give a shit. I think this is interesting because I never knew headphones, earphones, DAPs were that offensive or boring to some, but hey, here we are doing it. So in this video, I want to hit the ground running by reviewing and comparing two different wireless IEMs. Historically, the popularity of headphones has mirrored the evolution of personal audio technology and our relationship with music. When they were first introduced back in the early 20th century, headphones were bulky, heavy, and primarily used by telephone and radio operators. With the advent of the Walkman in the 1980s, headphones started to become a household item, allowing people to have a personal and portable music experience. The digital revolution of the 2000s, with the introduction of iPods and MP3 players, saw headphones becoming even more of a standard, and their design started to lean more towards aesthetics and comfort while still maintaining good sound quality for many out there. The development of noise canceling and wireless technology in the recent years has further increased the popularity and functionality of headphones, which is why I decided to take a look at wireless IEMs, because I feel this is where the past meets the present while moving forward into the future. Wireless in-ear monitors, or IEMs as I have been referring to them as, present a sophisticated amalgamation of audio quality, mobility, and convenience. They liberate us from the constraints of physical cables, enhancing mobility and comfort during prolonged use, which is particularly advantageous in dynamic environments such as like an exercise, like the gym or travel or whatever, wherever you're going. Equipped with advancements in audio technology, they tend to deliver excellent sound reproduction with a commendable level of detail. For some. With the integration of active noise cancellation technology, they can further elevate the listening experience by isolating the listener from external noise, like when you're on an airplane. With Bluetooth codecs continuing to improve over time, it still sucks. It makes wireless IEMs a compelling choice for music lovers seeking a balance between sound fidelity and convenience. So, the two wireless IEMs I chose to go hand in hand in Mortal Kombat are the Sony WF-1000 XM4s and the Campfire Audio Orbits. They are very close in price, so I thought this would be a healthy matchup to see if at this price point we can achieve enough sound fidelity to consider these a daily driver for our musical enjoyment. So, these Sony wireless IEMs, straight away, they look slick in their black case, and the design is just cool. What surprised me though is how well they fit in my ears. No need to switch out the rubber earpieces or anything, and that's saying something. That's totally the left ear, and that's saying something because my left ear hole usually gives me a hard time with most of these IEMs. Getting them set up was a breeze. I had the Sony app downloaded, the earphones registered, and everything good to go in literally no time, like 2 minutes tops. And that's not exaggerating. Once I fired up Qobuz and got my favorite playlist rolling, all I had to do was tweak the EQ on the Sony app to match how I like my music and switch on noise canceling. Speaking of, the noise canceling on these bad boys is absolutely killer. You literally cannot hear anything on the outside world if you don't want to. Another amusing feature is when I remove one of the IEMs to scratch my ear or whatever I want to do, they stop the music and they pick up right where I left off after putting it back in. Brilliant. But the real MVP here is the sound. The way Sony's tune these, it's like a blast from the past, reminding me of those headphones my brother used to have in his room. And they're squeezing that sound from these tiny little drivers. Listening to Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire was an exhilarating experience with clear and robust bass from the kick drum, in the beginning, boom, boom, and Billy's voice cutting through with authority. I loved it. It all sounded so good I was busting moves all over my apartment, and I never bust moves anywhere. The soundstage is expansive and engaging. Enjoyed it. The clarity is also worth mentioning since vocals and details come across very, very nice. So yeah, needless to say, I'm loving these Sony IEMs. They are an absolute triumph. They bring together a pleasing aesthetic, comfortable fit, and superior sound fidelity. I'm stoked to see how the Campfire audio holds up in comparison. Fingers crossed they bring their A game. The Campfire audio Orbits present themselves in an intriguing two-tone beige case mirrored by the earbuds themselves. An uncommon choice of aesthetics, the sand color, but it adds a unique touch, one that I find rather appealing. Like the Sony pair, the Orbits are charged in their cases via a USB-C cable. Setting up the Orbits, however, proved to be a bit of a bitch. It took a good 10 minutes of troubleshooting before they decided to play music, even after successful pairing and connecting to their Campfire app. Unfortunately, for everyone, or for me at least, the sound they produced was underwhelming. It was tinny, thin, lacking any sort of richness or depth. It was dog shit. It reminded me of the lackluster performance of generic earbuds that come bundled with smartphones. The Bluetooth connection proved to be disappointingly unstable, continuously dropping in and out as I attempted to enjoy my music. Well, I don't think enjoy is the right word here. Despite my best attempts at adjusting the EQ on the app and attempting to coax out some semblance of fidelity, the experience was just downright disheartening, and frankly, a stark contrast to the Sonys, particularly given their comparable price points. While I snagged the Sony pair from Amazon on a $199 sale, I'll leave the link below, the Orbits retail for about $250. At that cost, the value proposition is definitely difficult to justify. Yes, they came with a unique design and a pretty case and a bunch of other shit, but without delivering a satisfactory auditory experience to match, I find them hard to recommend. However, it's worth noting that I've come across commendable reviews online about Campfire's wired in-ear monitors, a testament perhaps to their capability when it comes to wired audio technology. I've yet to test those. I'd like to, but the sources of these reviews are reliable. This leads me to wonder if Campfire might do well to focus on what they're apparently good at, because regrettably, the Orbits simply don't hit the mark. Here are a couple comments I found online about both units. This guy said about the Campfires, they look like hearing aids. Yes, they do. I agree. The sand color does give hearing aid vibes. This other guy said, Campfire Audio makes some fabulous wired headphones and IEMs that are among the industry's best. So when they announced the Campfire Audio Orbit, I was very excited as this was their first effort in the TWS world. The Campfire Audio Orbit TWS headphones do not fail to disappoint in clarity and soundstage while adding a thick layer of bottom end to the overall result. If you've read my headphone reviews, you know I don't like heavy bass too much. I like the bass frequencies to be bumped up slightly, but not so much that it colors the rest of the frequencies. The Orbit TWS headphones fall on the bass heavy side, too much for my liking, but that doesn't mean they suck, they don't. Well, I would have to disagree with this guy's opinion, which is fine. Sound is subjective, however, These are not bass-heavy IEMs by any stretch of the imagination. Remind me to never, ever read this guy's reviews. Ever. Now with the Sonys, this guy said, mine died about 6 months after purchasing. They're hot garbage. Well, that sucks. Sorry. Another person said, I love mine as well. The soundstage, clarity, and presence are amazing. The speak to chat function is useful to me and use it often. I've had mine for over a year and continue to have good battery life and no other problems. Getting the perfect fit was a bit of a challenge for me, but tried the comply foam tips and found them to work well. Enjoy. The tips seem to be an area of opportunity for these IEMs. I didn't have a problem with mine yet, so I will keep you all posted. Here are the comply tips the guy was referring to. This company seems to have tips for many mainstream earphones, and they are moderately priced. I may have to try them out. As you can see, people do have varying opinions on both IEMs, so doing more research before pulling the trigger on a pair of IEMs or anything audio related in general is really the best practice. As I have said many times, what sounds good to one person might be torture to the next, so keep an open mind and always test things out for yourselves when you can. If you would like to see more HeadFi content from me, please, I'm so sorry for everybody that hates it. Please comment below and let me know what I should try out next. I always appreciate your feedback. If you haven't checked it out yet, visit my Patreon. It's a great way to support me and the channel, and as well as check out some content not available here on YouTube. If you enjoyed this episode and got something from it, then I suggest you give a motivational speech to the like button.
Can you dig it?
Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is born. With all that said and done, I will see you on the next one, my friends. Take care. Bit of a rewind, guys. Hold on. I do want to wish one very special person, my fiance. I want to wish her a happy birthday. It's her birthday coming up soon, the next day or so after this is posted. So yeah, tomorrow's her birthday. I want to wish her a happy birthday. I love her very much. Without her love, patience, and support, this would not be as cool of a channel, and I would not be able to bring you this cool content, because she has been incredible. I mean, not only does she give me great ideas, she's also very supportive, and it's very special when you find your soulmate, and I did, and I'm very happy. So happy birthday.